Good morning. We are trying something different this morning. Yoga in the sunshine. It is beautiful out here. Looks like we have a couple people watching. If you guys can let me know how the sound is. I know we have a little bit of a breeze going on out here right now. Lots of birds chirping, some cars here and there. So let me know how the sound is. I'm hoping that some of you are able to be outside with me as well. Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Wes. Guys, so this yoga class is geared toward the older kids, but grown-ups can enjoy this as well. It's going to be a nice short class, probably around 20 to 30 minutes. Some nice stretches, and we have sunshine. Oh, this is working. I hope you have a good day, Wes. All right, so I'm just gonna go take my spot on my mat. We'll see what the view is like, if you guys can see my full body here. I think we're gonna be good. Good morning, Stace. Are your kiddos up and watching? My kids are still crashed out inside. Seriously though, guys, if you are inside doing this and you have a way to pull a laptop or a phone or something outside to do this with me, this sunshine is amazing. The temperature is perfect. I think it's like 53-ish right now. It is the perfect morning for outdoor yoga. It's beautiful. Hey, Heather. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started, guys. Just a reminder, you can watch this kind of on a replay anytime on our Facebook page. So if you can't stick around for the whole live version, replay it anytime you'd like. We'll also put it up on our YouTube page. So you guys can watch it anytime you want. So we're going to get started this morning. I'm seated in a hero's pose. So those legs will come tucked underneath of you, resting on those knees, those shins, the tops of the feet. And boy, that sun is bright, so I'm going to take advantage and let my eyes close here. You might do that as well. Hands can come onto the tops of the legs. They can either be palms facing down or palms facing up, whichever feels best to you. I'm usually a palms up type of person. This morning, I think I'm right here, grounding in. Give yourselves a deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's take one more just like that, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now just gently letting those lips seal together. Let your breath come in through your nose and out through your nose. And just noticing if that breath is slow this morning, steady, deep, calm. Or if maybe this morning your breath is a little bit short, holding tight, maybe a little bit choppy, not quite smooth yet. So we're not really trying to change that breath at all just yet, just watching that breath come in through the nose and that breath leave out through the nose. And a quick scan of the body. What parts of your body feel tight or tense? What parts of your body feel nice and loose, soft? Are there parts of your body that are already wanting to get out of this space, this seated posture? Maybe your ankles feel a little bit tight here. Maybe it feels a little too much on the tops of your feet or your knees. We remind ourselves here that we can change positions at any time, but it might be a fun challenge to see if you can stay here for just a couple more breaths. If your eyes are closed like mine, see if you can leave them closed for a couple more breaths. And if they are open, see if you can let them close as you just soak in the sounds around you. I'm curious to know who might be able to hear the birds in the background from my end of things. Go ahead and give yourselves a little shake out side to side here. Feel the tops of your feet and your ankles underneath of you. Feel your bottom on your heels. Feel the sides of your body, giving that little sway side to side. Feel your shoulders lift and dip. And maybe even feeling your head rocking gently side to side. I bet those feet are ready to come out from underneath of you now. So let's take it like this. Hands down in front of you. Let's come on to hands and knees first, nice and gentle. So step those knees back. Give the body another sway side to side. And this time, right through center, take a breath in, drop your belly and look up. And on your next breath out, we'll round the spine and let the head hang. So on your next breath in, the belly drops. We look up, lift your heart up to the sky. And breath out, we'll round in, let your head hang. Give yourselves just a couple more of these. And if you're anything like me, your body's going to end up wanting to do something different. So if that's the case, go ahead and let your body do whatever it wants to do. Mine usually likes to take that little circle around to the side and then around to the other side. When you're ready, we'll curl our toes under and lift the knees. Press into the palms of the hands really firmly here as you lift your knees, and then press back, straightening those legs. Downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels. Let your hips sway side to side. Shake out your neck and head. And let's just start to walk those feet up nice and slow, little baby tippy toe steps, all the way up to the top of your mat. Once you get there, give me a halfway lift, and then fold right back in. Take your hands to the insides of your elbow creases. Again, let that head hang. Rock out side to side. And then give me a nice slow roll up through center. Let your arms drop, hands at your sides. Palms face forward here. I have that sunshine right on my face this morning. Maybe you do too. If not, maybe you can imagine that sun shining on your face, soaking in the warmth. And on your next breath in, we'll lift the hands high to the sky. On your breath out, drag your hands down through your heart center and fold right back in again. How are the backs of your legs here when you fold in? Do you feel that stretch in the backs of your legs? You should. Let your knees bend as much as you need them to bend to take your belly all the way down to your thighs. Now drop your head and start to very slowly straighten your legs. See if you can keep your belly on the tops of your thighs. So maybe your legs don't bend all the way yet, right? The backs of the legs take a little bit of time to warm up. So we're just nice and gentle, as much of a bend in those knees as you need. Take a breath in, lift your heart, but keep your belly on your thighs. And on your breath out, straighten your legs, fold in. breath in, bend the knees, look up, keep your belly on your thighs. On your next breath out, we'll fold in again, straightening those legs. One more time. Breath in, drops the belly, lifts the heart. Breath out, keep that belly drop to your legs, fold in, straighten your legs. On your next breath in, roll up nice and slow and shake everything out. I'm going to do a quick check-in, see who we have here. Any new faces, any new comments? Hey, is that Gracie watching? Reagan, Adeline, awesome. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're soaking in some of this sunshine with me. This is the most beautiful morning for a little bit of yoga outside. So, right back up to the top of your mat. We'll take a breath in here, lift those arms, and on your breath out, fold in again. This time we'll keep your right foot at the top of the mat, right where it is, but step your left foot back. It's a low lunge on your right. Now maybe coming onto those fingertips, maybe it feels better to take your hands to your thigh, maybe on the back of that calf. So wherever feels good to you, I like to try here to keep my belly up away from my thigh and my heart shining forward. So maybe even you reach to me here. And then sweep those arms all the way up, Crescent Lunge. And then let's open it up to Warrior Two. So in our Warrior Two, we check in with our knee first. Take a look at your front right knee. If it's way out over your ankle, back up. So your knees should be in line with your ankle. And if it's kind of drooping in, getting a little lazy on you, see if you can open it up so that that knee's tracking right over those middle toes. Now when you reach your arms up, notice if you're reaching to me, see if you can back it up a little bit so that you're nice and centered over your mat. Looking over that middle finger and breathe. And we get to hear that breeze and those birds. Flip your palm up to the sky, lift it up to the sky. Let your left hand come to your low back for a little bit of support here. So that right knee is still bent and it's still right over the ankle, tracking over those toes. Nice, now let's bring those hands right down to your low back. Straighten that front leg. I bet that felt good. We're going to take the hands to the heart here and lunge into that back left leg and let your right toes lift up to the sky. This one is called Skandasana. It's a nice little low lunge. Sometimes we call it tiger in the grass when we go side to side. So let's take that a little bit of side to side work here. Now remember, your legs are just getting warmed up, right? So we're very gentle on the legs. Maybe a point and flex first in that foot. And then fingertips down to the floor as you kind of crawl through the grass. And then let those back left toes lift. Yeah? Hands can come to the heart, or maybe out in front of you if you want a little balance. And if you're wobbly here, of course, fingertips right down here for that strong support. We'll come back through center and all the way lunging into that back left leg. Those right toes will lift again. Maybe a little point and flex. And then here's where we get to challenge your strength. Are you ready? See if you can keep your hands together at heart center and only with the strength in your legs. So not just shooting yourself up as fast as you can, but nice and slow and steady with all of the strength in those legs, lifting yourself all the way back up. Woo, to the top. And then turn your toes back toward me. Right toe is still forward. Maybe step that left foot up just a smidge. Take a breath in to lift your heart. And on your breath out, we'll melt forward, leading with that heart all the way over that front right leg. We call this one waterfall or pyramid. Do you feel like a waterfall kind of lifting and flowing over? Take a couple breaths here, and where do you feel that stretch? So I feel my stretch in the back of my right leg up into my hamstring. You may feel yours somewhere different, and that's okay. Just notice where you feel it. Maybe give those hips a little shake side to side. And then a nice gentle bend in that front right knee as you step your left foot up and come to standing again. Shake everything out. Inhale, lifts those arms. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice. Let's fold all the way back through and hit the other side. So this time the left foot stays forward, the right foot steps back. Look up, lift your heart, lift your gaze toward me. And again, you can play around here with where your hands get to go. I like to do the reach to each other. We're so close, we're almost touching. And then we'll inhale to sweep it all the way up for that beautiful crescent lunge. We call this lunge a crescent lunge because, if you see me from the side, eventually what happens here is our back gets this beautiful crescent shape, like a crescent moon, when we lift our heart and we lift our gaze. How lovely is that? So you don't have to bend too far, right? We don't want this back bend that hurts your back. It's more of a lifting with that heart up. And then we'll open it up, warrior two, on your left. And then just check in again, right? Where's that knee? If it's way up here, guys, and you're surfing, that knee's gonna hurt later, so back off. And if it's drooping in, it's going to hurt later, so open it up. Nice strong arms. Gaze over that front middle finger and breathe. That sunshine is warming me right up. Flip your palm up to the sky. Lift your left hand all the way up to the sky. Let your back hand come to your low back. A little peaceful warrior. Do you feel peaceful here? Big stretch here on the front side of your body. And then taking that hand down as we straighten that front leg. Give yourselves just a moment here. And then hands come to the heart. And we'll lunge into that back leg. Left toes lift. My balance is a little different on this side. I'm quite wobbly. So I'm going to take my fingertips down. Point and flex that front left foot. And then all the way through center. Crouching tiger, like you're a tiger in the grass. Sneaking your way through. And then lift those back toes. And maybe a point and flex on that back foot. I don't think you can see my back foot, but I'm pointing and flexing. We'll take it all the way through one more time to the back of the mat. And then point and flex. And then you remember that strength. No momentum to really boost you up, right? It's all about slow, with control, gentle lift all the way up to standing. And then turn those toes to me. I'll turn mine to you. Step that back right foot up just enough so that you can have that nice short stance and all those 10 toes are pointing forward to the top of your mat toward me. Take a breath in, lift your heart, and on your breath out, lead with that heart all the way forward like you're that beautiful waterfall flowing over that front left leg. Now guys, if that back of the left leg is tight here, where can your hands go? They might go here. They might go here. Maybe you have some cool blocks at home like I have. If you do, one on each side. Right? And then just let your head drop wherever you are. A nice gentle stretch. So we never want to stretch too much because that hurts. We don't want yoga to hurt. We want it to feel good. We want to go, ooh, I feel that stretch, but it's not too much. A little bend in that front left leg as you step your right foot up. And again, shaking things out. Inhale, we'll lift those arms up. And this time on your breath out, let's take a T-twist to the right side. So your right hand comes behind you, your left hand reaches in front. Look back over your right shoulder. Look back up toward me. Flip your left palm up to the sky. Let your right hand come to your low back. as you lift your left hand up to the sky. Oh, that sunshine is amazing, guys. If you are not outside right now after this class, that's your challenge. Go outside. Drop your left hand down. Now bend your left knee while you do this. Bend your left knee, drop your left hand down, and now reach open through your right hand. Give yourself a big twist. And then dropping that hand down. Shake everything out on your way up. Beautiful. Lift those hands again. Breathe out to drag those hands to your heart. Now right hand reaches out in front, left hand behind. T-twist. Look back over your left shoulder. Look back up at your right hand. Flip your right palm up to the sky. Take your left hand to your low back again. Right hand lifts up. And then on your breath out, bend that right knee. Bend it as much as you need to get those right fingertips down toward the ground. And then breath in. We open up, lifting that left hand. Big twist here. On your next breath out, that hand gets to drop. Take those hands inside the elbows again. Shake everything out. And roll it nice and slow. Beautiful. Shake those legs out. A little bit of balancing play here. And I think I'm just going to fold my mat back because otherwise I will be wobbling all over the place. We're going to practice our tree because on this breezy day outside, it's fun to let our tree kind of float around in the breeze. So my weight is going into my right foot first, and I'm going to kickstand up onto my left toes. Hands will come to heart center. This is the beginning of our beautiful tree pose. So give yourselves a couple of breaths here, and then decide how you want to grow your tree. So it might come to here. It might decide to start to float around and turn into something completely different, right? I really don't care what happens with your tree. Mine almost toppled over there. So just kind of playing. Sometimes I like to grab a hold of my big toe and just lift and open, right? So lots of places to play here. Those of you who have been in my classes before, you know I say there's only one thing that I don't want to see in your tree. Who knows? I'm sure some of you are shouting it out right now. It's that foot on the knee joint, right? So keep it below the knee or above the knee. Because right now, if you hook it on your knee, you're like, ooh, that's the perfect place to rest my foot. But later, if you keep pressing on that knee joint, later your knee will hurt. So try to keep that foot away from that knee, below or above. And when you've had enough, shake it out, and we'll try the other side. So all of your body weight into the opposite foot, and then lifting onto those little kickstand toes, hands wherever you feel good. I think I'll start here. And then you decide how you want to grow your tree on this side. Maybe it's swaying in the breeze. Maybe it grows that extra branch. Maybe it does something completely different. Maybe you take a little seat. Maybe your tree becomes a little stump. I like to fly my airplane from my tree. And then just releasing it down, shaking it out. Beautiful. So I promised you guys a couple of things in these classes, a few things actually. I promised you some stretches, which we've done. I promised you some strength, which we've done a little bit of. We'll hit a little bit more. And then I promised you a playful posture that you can experiment with. Last week it was our headstand. How many of you practiced that? I hope many of you. This week it's going to be Bakasana, our crow pose. So we'll get a little bit of balance and kind of building up to that point first, and then we'll take it together. So I'm going to roll my mat back out. And you don't really need a mat. I about 50-50 use a mat, don't use a mat. So let's start in Malasana. So Malasana is right here. We did Malasana last week. Hands together, really letting those thumbs press into your heart space. Get your elbows right inside those knees. Nice and open here. Lift your heart and press those thumbs into your heart space. And if this is tough, guys, step your feet out a little bit wider or turn your toes out a little bit wider. Or maybe your Malasana just doesn't get to this point. Maybe it's somewhere else. So maybe you start here, right? Or maybe you're here. Or maybe you are here, but the way your body is made, your heels are up a little bit, right? So we're always just kind of exploring that space. Now let your fingertips come down to the earth if you're outside, the floor if you're inside. We'll take an inhale here to lift our hearts, and on your breath out, come to that nice flat back. So straightening the legs just a smidge, they're still bent. And let your bottom really reach back behind you, and the top of your head reach forward like it's reaching to me. Now on your breath in, come back to Malasana and breathe right here. I have dirt and grass on my fingers. It's the most beautiful thing ever. So again, big breath in here. On your breath out, fingertips to the earth. Reach your bottom back behind you. Reach the top of your head out in front of you. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I had a phone call coming through. All right, let's take one more of those. And I call this one gardener's pose. Have any of you guys been working out in the garden lately? Like clearing things out, maybe planting something? So I call it gardener's pose because when we flatten that back, it's like we're leaning over to pull those weeds, right? And then right back into Malasana. Now let's stretch out those legs before we try for Bakasana. So turn your toes toward me, straighten your legs. Nice roll up, nice and slow. Shake everything out. Because my guess is you're feeling it through those legs, through those hip joints, right? Now toes turn out, we'll squat right back into that Malasana. This is where we get to play. Those of you who know me know my number one rule here, do not jump, okay? So we're not here to try to master this pose today. We're here to play with the shifting of your weight, okay? So nobody jumps. Because if you jump, even if you're on this nice, soft, smushy, wet earth, chances are your nose will get hurt if you topple over with your hands kind of stuck underneath of you. Okay, so hands come to the earth. Remember how we lifted that bottom behind us? We're doing it again. This time the knees are going to climb up as far as they can towards the armpits. So I turn my toes forward first. I climb my knees way up in towards my armpits. My arms are still bent, so I have a shelf for my knees to rest upon. And then I start to shift my weight forward into my hands. Now maybe my feet come up. I'm not sure if you guys can see me here. I'm just gonna turn. In fact, I'm ditching the mat. So here we are, Malasana. Hands to the earth. Bottom gets to lift. Knees get to climb up onto the shelf that you made with your triceps. And then shifting forward. Now, if your toes start to lift, great. But if they don't, we're playing with that rocking forward, rocking back. Rocking forward, rocking back. Now you can see why if you jump and your hands are glued underneath of you with your knees holding you down, then your nose is going to hit and that will hurt, right? So you guys play for a minute. I'm gonna get a drink. I love seeing all of your names. Oh my goodness, my Audie is watching. My BFF from Bloomington, Indiana. Hey girl, I miss you. All right, kids. So let's come on back, maybe to your mat, maybe to the floor, maybe to the earth. I feel like the earth is pretty dry now here for me, so I'm just gonna plop right down. Nice. So remembering, guys, our yoga practice really is about play. It's about watching our own breath. It's about feeling our way through our own bodies, noticing what we're feeling. Where do we feel it? So guys, you can be doing yoga anywhere, right? It doesn't even have to be a yoga pose to be yoga. So don't forget that. Remember that throughout your day. If you get a chance today, shoot me a message, maybe tonight, maybe at the end of the day. Let me know what you did outside today, because that's your assignment. It is gorgeous out here, guys. And then let me know, where did you find yoga in your day? So maybe you don't even think about it all day long, and then you get inside tonight when it gets dark and you settle in and you're like, oh my gosh, I think I was practicing yoga when I was jumping on the trampoline or when I went for a walk with mom. So remember, yoga can be anywhere, doing anything. Let's cross those legs. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Close your eyes for just a moment. Take that deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Do it again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. You get one more, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Blink the eyes open gently. Switch hands. And just be here for a moment, watching your natural breathing rhythm. What's happening with your breath? Has it changed from where it was at the beginning of our time together? Do you feel your heart? What's one thing that you hear? And what's one word that can describe how you feel right now? Bring your hands together at heart center. Bow in with gratitude for our time and our practice together this morning. Gratitude being that thankfulness. Lift your chin. Maybe lift the corners of your mouth, as my friend Tanya likes to say. The love, the light, and the strength within me so very humbly bows before that very same love, light, and strength within each one of you. Namaste. Now get out and enjoy this beautiful sunshine, guys. I love you all, and I cannot wait to practice with you again next week. Bye.